So I see there's a pile of napkins down at the end of the table, So I go down there. I'm going to get those napkins up and get them out of the way. It wasn't napkins. It was a pair of women's underwear sitting on the table.
All right, welcome to Gogh-Getters number 10. And today on the pod, before we get to him, I'd like to say a couple thanks to Kerry Eaker for letting us use the Eaker's Barbershop space.
As always, Kerry and Rich, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Historic Eaker's Barbershop in downtown Edwardsville.
Yes, typically I'd like to thank Ed's Deli for the cookies, but there were no cookies. But our guest John Beck today brought Ed's Deli Old Fashions. Even better. The interview just got off track.
Is this where I speak?
No.
I don't know.
Let's welcome
No,
John
yeah,
Beck.
that's fine. All right, we're good.
Yeah,
I was letting you do your thing. I don't want to interrupt.
I'm still doing my thing.
I don't want to take the thing over.
Well, I hope you do eventually.
What?
I hate talking.
Hold on, time out.
What?
I'm in the store the other day, and I look across, and there's this beautiful lady, and it's your wife. And I tell her that we're gonna ask. This is before you asked to be on the podcast, and she goes, "You may have to edit that one." That was her response.
Well, I don't know. I think she's looking out more for herself than me. When she says stuff,
she had a bag of ice. It looked like you guys might. I think it was a weekend, and you guys were doing something at the pool. Anyway, it's funny.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
She looked at me laughing and said, "You might have to edit this one."
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then she shook her head as she walked away.
Well, let's tell our friends a little bit about John Beck. John Beck,
Hey, wait a minute. What are we editing?
We're not editing anything.
Oh, no. Okay, good. All right, let's go.
There's no editing.
All right.
There's no editing in podcasts.
Axe away.
What the fuck are you thinking?
I don't know.
It's just that you turn it loose a little bit, and it was just...
I've never done a podcast.
Yeah, never.
Not like you guys. I haven't done 9 podcasts like you guys.
Neither
he can count 2, so
wow. I hope I got that number right.
I heard him say 10, and I figured 9.
Yeah, 1 minus. That's math.
All right, go.
So, I know John Beck as a amazing table furniture designer.
Amazing.
And a fantastic lighting designer. And also another product that he's probably going to talk about today is his drama bowls, which is a pet feeder. But I first met John back in the day when he was a graphic design design student when we first met.
Yes, it was an AIGA.
Where is that
thing?
Where was that at?
That was at St. Louis Community College. And there was some kind of a thing. I forget what we were doing, but I wound up teamed up with him.
I didn't know
Steve.
that.
Yeah, it was a student portfolio review, and I was reviewing your portfolio.
That was in the 90s. That was in the late 90s.
I first met you not long after that at the composing
room. Yeah. With you were doing stuff with Brian.
Yeah.
And Dr. Javagas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We did like the CD sleeve.
That's right. Yeah. I still work with Frankie quite a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, that's great.
That's great.
More, please.
Right. But why the fuck do we have you on the podcast is the question. Yeah. We find that you're an extremely creative individual and that people may have something to learn from you.
I think it was probably because I wouldn't have stopped, jokingly hassled you about doing it. I really did want to do it, though.
No, we appreciate that.
Oh, not to,
not too many people know about us, so I was surprised that you asked. You wanted to do this.
You were on our list. You were on our early list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
seriously.
Listen, the pleasure is all mine. You guys, I respect the shit out of you guys. You guys do amazing work next door. Dave is the nicest person you could meet.
Oh.
Am I right? Everybody loves Dave. Everybody loves Dave. If you look at him, you don't get that. But, you talk to him for a little bit, and he's a super cool guy. But I totally dig this. I like what you guys are doing. I like what you do at the Sacred Grounds. And I respect all of you guys immensely for what you do.
Respect you, too.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
So we actually had you do a show at Sacred Grounds, which was outstanding because I think your work it's typographic in nature, acrylic paint.
Yeah.
things that you wrote.
You would not share your secret when I ask.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He
I
told
still
me
don't
about
want
it,
to.
but-
I don't think you
I
should.
don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the
wanna-
work is funny as fuck.
I know, yeah, but I don't
Is-
want to. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It could be anyway. I could say I had it printed down at Kinko's.
But it
I
wasn't
didn't
printed.
paint
It was
it. I
painted.
printed it all. No, it was painted. Yeah.
Are you working on any of those currently?
I have an idea, and I was telling Dave about, or Steve about it the other night, which I may do. Similar to that, but a little bit different. I also have some real big giant ones that I did early, like big ones, like 4 foot by 8 ones,
Oh, that would be cool.
on like plywood that was the tops of all of our work tables. I took all those plywoods off and replaced them, and then painted, nonsense on them. Just it's all those words is just shit that just pops into my head. I'm just thinking, and I just sometimes I wake up. I keep a notepad. You guys probably do the same by the bed, because I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh man, that's funny. And I'll write it down. It's funny to me at the time. And then even in the next morning when I read it, I go, yep, that's still funny. So I save those. I got folders of them, man. I just keep saving all those up.
So I'm very fortunate to actually own one
Yeah.
of those pieces.
You got a good one.
Yeah, with the champion.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the story can you share a little bit about what that
Okay.
statement is and
Yes.
how that come into play? Because that's
Yes.
one of my favorite parts
Yes.
about that piece.
So I don't know. I dig that champion thing, and I just happened to paint that champion spark plug logo.
Yes.
Oh, that
And
one's
then-
really cool.
So that phrase, man, this is a true story. I spent the summer at my grandparents' house. They lived in rural Missouri, Bonne Terre, in this little thing called Terre de Lac. It was like supposed to be a development of real nice houses that never panned out. So it was, kind of, I don't know what it was. But anyway, I spent the summer there. And my grandpa was a hard worker, worked on the railroad, all that. And I was a 16-year-old kid that was probably staying up late. This is the beginning of MTV and all that shit. And one day he came into the bedroom. I was sleeping, and he was trying to get me up. He said, God damn it, you can't be a playboy your whole life. I'm 16 years old, man. You can't be a playboy your whole life. I'm like, man, I'm just getting started, Gramps.
I was going to say.
So, and I remember that ever since. And I thought, man, and that was going through my mind at the time. You know how your mind cycles shit. At the time, that happened to be there, and I just like, oh, let's do this. And I had those markers, and I was practicing with them and stuff. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a really
fascinating, right? But it's a true, meaningful story.
Story, dude.
I may use that again. So,
Do you, you ought to show with us again.
I would love to, man. I get a kick out of that shit. I love it.
Steve and I were talking about that before everybody came in, that we ought to get you on the books maybe sometime next year. So we should kick that around.
So I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but can I tell you, or should I keep that a secret?
That's up to
Well,
you.
you tell us, you're telling the world. Because
Yeah, and somebody may
two
steal
people
it.
listen to this.
That is very possible.
Somebody might
We've
steal
got-
it.
4 now.
4, we have Kevin. Kevin listens to this. You're going to be telling Kevin.
Is this like live?
Yeah, well, no, it could be, but it's
Is
not.
somebody in their car listening to this on the radio?
No, not right now.
Turn it up.
No.
There's a guy driving going, shut
Right.
up. I'm trying to listen. Turn it
We've
up.
got a friend in Wales who listens to us. Our friend Michael Beatty listens to us in New York City. And who's our fourth
New
listener?
York City.
My brother.
Okay.
I'm going to tell people.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so you'll have to decide whether or not you want to tell the world what your idea is.
Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll save it.
You should save it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one, isn't it? Don't you think
Yeah,
so?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
good.
tell you.
So how did you get your start with the metal work? I mean, usually somewhere along the line you have exposure to that. Did you
Yeah.
did you work for someone? Was it your grandpa?
Yeah.
How did that work?
No, man. I was 18, and I was not a good student at all. School was not my thing. And my uncle was kind of running this welding supply company where they filled those gas bottles, of oxygen and argon and all that. So one of my cousins was working there, and he was complaining he was going to have to fire him, and I wanted a job, and I said, I'll take his job. I said, I'll even work for free for a while, just so I could get the job. I'm dumb, like 17, 18. So anyway, I got the job there doing that. I worked in what's called a fill plant, where they fill those bottles, and loaded trucks. It's physical work. And then I got moved into sales, at the inside sales, where I had exposure or access to all those machines, welding machines. So they had a demo room. So I'd go in the demo room and mess around and weld stuff up and figure it out. And at the time, there were a lot of sculptors that were down at the Lemp building. Vernon Gross, I don't know if you guys know Vernon Gross. He was a local sculptor. He used to come in all the time. And, I just kind of got into it from there and started doing my own thing. I used to make all kinds of weird shit. And then, let's see. So I bounced around in metalworking businesses. I was an estimator at a custom metal fab shop, worked at a couple other welding supply places. And let's see what happened. Oh, then I went to school for the graphic design thing. And I was working at, the composing room. And the composing room got bought by AdCell. And AdCell had, I hope they're listening to this. They had the most.
We'll have to send them an invite.
Yeah, they had
I'll tag 'em.
the most, I want to say fucked up, but it was just the most terrible culture. They welcomed us like stepchildren. I mean, it was terrible. And I hated it, man. And they were just awful. They were just, it was just so, the composing room, man, was just like, there was full of artsy people. There were a lot of good visual people there that cared about the visual thing. And AdCell was a mail house run by a guy that was a bookkeeper or kind of an accountant guy. And they weren't vibing with any of that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? When you're like the artsy kid, and the other kids are like, oh, you're dumb, or painting pictures is stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shit like that. So that's sort of how it was. And so, okay. So my sister-in-law at the same time was collecting, what do you call it? Like old furniture from farmhouses and stuff. And we just decided somehow to open this store in downtown, because downtown was supposedly the new big deal and all the lofts were being redone. This was about, when was this? Early 2000s. I don't remember the exact year. So we opened a store, and my sister-in-law had that stuff out there. And then we had some other like really nice stuff like Emico aluminum chairs and, just different brands of stuff mixed in with her older furniture, which now would probably be like the hottest thing going. We were way ahead of our time. And then we had some of my stuff out in the showroom, like tables and stuff that I was making. I started making it primarily because I was broke, and I found a room and board catalog. And I'm like, I want this bed frame. It was just a simple 2-inch square tube bed frame. I was like, I want that bed frame, in my room. And I couldn't afford to buy it. I don't know how much it was, but I was broke. Had a kid, job that was punishing. Worked with my uncle, man, who was a slave driver to the bone. So I had to make this shit. If I wanted something, I had to make it. So I made it. That's why people, it's funny. People ask me, hey, how come you know how to work on cars? I'm poor, man. Right. That's how. When you're poor, you learn to do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
So,
you gotta make.
yeah. So that was my deal. And then we did the store, and then had the store for about 4 or 5 years. And then I moved down the street
What
where
was the name of the store?
Blend, it was called. It was nice, man. It was in a renovated building. The two guys that owned the building, these two old dudes, were super nice guys. That was a different, it was a whole scene down there. You had, I don't even remember the name of the stores, but Mosa, I think it was called. Anybody remember Mosa? Yeah. Mosa was still down. I remember going in there when I was like 15 years old. We used to ride the bus. I grew up in Kokia. And we would ride the bus from there over to downtown and run around like wild animals. And we would find Mosa, man. And I remember going in there as a young kid being like, this is the most unbelievable. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was amazing.
Juan, that's where when Mosa went out of business, that's where I got my Ames chairs.
Nice.
So that's just a side note. But back to you.
Yeah. They were like that. What's that? Is it called, pronounced Centro? Centro?
Yeah, Centro.
Centro. That was like the Centro before Centro.
Yeah.
But I think they were open at the same time, both of them. But anyway, that lady there, she had a son, and I don't know what happened. I think the guy died, maybe. There's some stories there. I think they used to have a lot of crazy parties there, maybe. I can't remember. But they had a Fendi bed. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
how
they had a
crazy
lot of
is
great
that?
stuff.
Yeah. So that's it. And so anyway, the store. Downtown doesn't pan out. My sister-in-law wants to do something else. So I rent a building down the street where Atomic Dust is now. In that exact same building.
In the Grove?
Yeah.
No.
No, that's
Midtown.
Midtown.
Midtown on Locust.
Yeah, across the street from Pappy's. We used to go to Pappy's when there wasn't a line. So I was there for 5 years and then moved up here to Edwardsville where Goshen is now.
That was a pretty fun space. It just wasn't really big enough for what you were
At
doing.
the time,
right?
it wasn't. Oddly enough, I want to get back in that building now. But I just talked to Jay, and he's not going to give it up.
I remember going to a pretty killer Halloween party.
Yeah, we
there.
had a few of
Yeah, that
those.
was
Yes.
a blast.
Yeah, we had a few of those. So I'm trying to move back up this way around here so I can be closer to my house. I don't need as much space. So hopefully I can, because we were just talking about that the other day, my wife and I, we were looking at, there was a big Halloween decoration. She was like, the party, if you move back up here, we'll start them back up. All right, we'll give it a try. They were great, man. That was when Cleveland Heath was new, and they brought a bunch of food up there.
Was this
those are
when
kinda fun.
Arado was around here?
That
It
was post
may have
Arado.
been.
I think Arado was changing over.
Was it robust after that?
Then
Oh,
Robust.
yeah,
and
that's
Cleveland.
right,
Yeah, it was
Robust.
kind of, a lot of restaurants changed, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
But you were making like tables. You came out of
Yeah.
the gate with some really
Yeah.
killer like conference room
graphic tables and
with
stuff.
graphics on it.
Yeah.
I was just at Steve's house. We were just at Steve's house, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the table there is pretty damn cool.
Nice.
It's one with a big 5 on it.
Yeah. How's that holding up?
It's a little scratchy. I needed some advice on you fixing it.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it. I don't remember what we sprayed that with. But yeah, those were nice.
Yeah, but we won't hear you very well.
Okay.
Would you edit that part
I want
out?
to throw in, John designed the original Cleveland Heath logo.
Yeah. Yeah. I also named it. I don't want to toot my own horn, man.
Wow.
No, that's what
That
you're
was a
here
tough-
for,
That was a
dude.
tough one to name.
Yeah, it was.
Steve had the greatest line once when
Yeah.
I asked him, I was social media, and I go, am I posting too much? I don't want to toot my horn too
Yeah,
much. And he goes,
yeah.
you can never toot
Yeah,
your horn too
yeah,
much.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's,
yeah,
I think that's good advice.
yeah. That, you know what? Sadly, is that sad? I don't know. That's true. I don't like.
Well,
I'm-
everybody else is doing it. If
You do it yourself and you feel like shit that you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
But you're like, but I got to do it. So no one
That's
else
how
is going
you
to do
create
it for
your
you.
awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's how you
And
create
you
your
know what,
brand.
man? Yeah.
You know what?
and-
You know why we do it? Because we're fucking broke. We have to fix our own cars.
Yeah.
We got to build our own furniture.
Yeah.
We got to
No,
do
no.
our own marketing.
It's because we all chose to be artists.
right. So we got to market ourselves.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know if that's really. I'm going to say our when I talk about that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? And I hate to admit this, man. You know, somebody's asked me what I do. You know, with I don't even. I want to be as vague as I can with this. But I told somebody I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the money. You know, I do it because I love doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy
Sure.
doing it most of the time.
Yeah, but we got to pay bills, right? So
You
we're
do.
fortunate to be able to make money
Yep.
doing the thing that we love.
So I guess I have a question.
Gotta start doing that.
You're known for both painting and metalwork. If someone could only experience one side of your work, which would you choose to represent yourself?
Oh my God.
First of all, I think you should do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Seriously,
we'll do
put
them
up
both at the same
some
time.
of those paintings with a
some of
fucking light by it. I'm serious.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I bet you'd be in every damn New York gallery there.
Really?
I do think that.
Really?
Yes.
Doing what? Tell me again. Write this down. What do I got to do? What do I got to do?
Put
Post
one
it
of
there.
your paintings with your cool words on it, and then put a light dangling down by it. It's a combination of the two. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I
mixed,
see.
A mixed media
Very
piece.
few people have that ability, the craftsmanship of that could do both.
He said dangling.
No, you just say dangle.
Dangle. Anyway, you
Just
know
an
what,
idea.
man? I think that I'm pretty good at like metalwork now. I've figured out. So maybe that. You know, if you see, I don't know if you follow any like car builders.
Oh yes, very
You
much.
know how they're like the pro touring scene and these guys build $1 million cars, the body work. I can't shape metal like that, but I can weld it, you know, as well as them and finish it and it'll look just the same. But, you know, if you want me to make a fender, I can't do that. But if you want me to weld the parts of the fender together, I can do that. And I think I'm pretty good at that.
Somebody told me once that we were talking about you and they wanted to do, it was their significant other talking about them doing what you do. And I go, well, can't they do it? And the quote was, he cannot weld like John can weld.
Oh, who said that? Or what's?
I'll tell you that in private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the context.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a real compliment to the welding skill. And I don't think people realize what a
It's an art.
skill set and art there is involved in
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
the person was good at what they did, but they just said they didn't think that they could weld at the level you could weld.
Oh, I mean, I'm not like super great, but I know my way around it. I mean, I can fake it.
Do you smoke cigars while you weld?
Sometimes, if they're short enough, and I can get the hood down. Lately, if it's early in the smoke, don't take this the wrong way. I've been trying to see how far I can get it in my mouth. And still have it, you know what I mean? So I don't have to, and fit underneath the hood. You know what I mean?
He was telling me you were doing it while you were gas welding.
No.
Okay, it's just arc welding?
TIG. Yeah, it's usually TIG welding. But yeah, if it's short enough, I'll fit it in there. I think Chris.
You're like huffing cigar smoke.
Yeah, I think at one time it was maybe Chris Ryan or somebody else. I lifted it up and a bunch of smoke came out and I had the thing in my mouth, you know, and they were like, "What?"
Did you get that on film?
I don't think so.
Juan, I'm sorry. Did
I would have had
did
you
you
redo
did
that.
you get your question answered?
No, so it would probably be, you know what? I don't know. I don't really care. But you know what, man? I'd like to make something that you put in your house. So maybe it's the painting thing. You know what I mean? Steel's not for everybody. Painting is, though.
I
Yeah.
do really like the stuff that you produce.
Oh,
Steel.
thanks. Thanks. Yeah, it's, you know, man, I'll tell you something about that, and I'm probably going to be off track here. I've sort of backed myself into a corner. You know, when you start doing something and that's what pays the bills, and you're like, man, you know what? I'd rather be making what I want to make. You know what I mean? It's
Well, I think there's something so therapeutic about the whole process of making something, and some people just.
Oh no, there is.
And
yeah.
I mean, I think probably everybody here has the need. The constant need to make something.
Yeah. No, I get
And
that.
first and foremost, that's the satisfaction. And
Yeah.
if anybody wants it, it's a bonus plan.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't make things, and I'm sure you guys don't make things for somebody to want.
No.
You know, you put it out there if somebody's into it.
Not
wow,
unless
what a
somebody
bonus.
commissions you to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But what a bonus if somebody likes it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of it's cool.
Yeah.
You
I'd
know,
make
like-
the stuff anyway, whether anybody wants it or
Yeah,
not.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, if you make it, you love it. And if someone else loves it, that's a kumbaya moment that you both
Yeah.
share. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's nice.
So how about this? When people buy your work, what do you hope they actually take home besides the artwork itself?
I hope they take home knowing somebody actually made that. Somebody touched that with real hands and it was really made, you know, and somebody, you know, labored over that and thought about it and was
that's a really good
temporarily
answer.
a part of it.
Yeah.
And still are, really, if you think about it, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I don't know, man, there's something to it. There's something to creating shit that's visual, that's different than everything else. You know what I mean? To me, there is. You know, visual shit is different. If you can look at something and be like, oh, I just did that. Look at something. You know when people say important, they pronounce it that way? That's sort of what that felt like. Anyway, the whole visual thing. Yeah, man, if you make something that's visual, to me, that's my jam. That's different. It could be anything. A car, a painting, a drawing.
Speaking of, and this is Dave and I have often talked about this. I love your sketches.
Yeah.
Do you save those?
Yeah.
You should. And you know what you
Yeah.
should do is make a book of those.
Well, yeah.
And Dave and I've talked about you should do an art show of sketches like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta, yeah, I, you know what? That's another thing, like the phrases, it kind of, comes and goes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that, but I just haven't in a while, so I'll probably be doing it a bunch pretty soon, but yeah, I
Well,
got
you
a lot
post
of
them
those.
occasionally.
Yeah. You know what, man? I just feel like sometimes it's like, damn, mine's not. It's like it's not good enough. You know what I mean? You fall into that trap.
I think
don't wanna
you
do
mean
that
You mean
thing.
your sketching
Yeah,
practices?
yeah.
now?
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm sketching less with my graphic design job because it seems like I'm able to go from my head to
Yeah,
Same
the
here.
computer
yeah,
instantly
yeah.
without having to work it out
Yeah.
because I just have been
Do you
doing
have
it
you
for
Yeah.
so
saved
long.
any of yours
Yeah.
over the years?
My sketch, well,
Dave,
Yeah.
have you
What?
saved any of your sketches?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
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 They're
Yeah.
always
Do
in
you
the
save
folder.
yours?
Yeah.
Nice.
Boy, isn't it nice to go back through those occasionally and just look
I
at
should
them?
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, man. It's like, wow, that was a great idea.
I should do that.
Yeah.
There are times I've left the studio and I'm going, that looks pretty good, and I come back in the next morning I'm going, fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was I thinking? It must
Yeah,
have been a long
that's
day.
not-
Well, but there's
right.
also the reverse of that, where you think it's not good, and you look at it later and I go, that's working.
That's better.
That's way better.
That's
Yeah,
way better.
way
Yeah.
better.
So I was going to ask, so what's something that you created years ago that you would never make today?
Wow. You know what? There are lots of things, but the jacked up thing is, I still make them. But let's see if
learned my
there's
lesson.
something. Man, listen, there's not. I'm in the middle of some stuff right now that I should have said no to, that I didn't, and now it's catching up to me in the absolute worst way. I'm like, man, can I just give them their money back?
Been there.
Let's see. What would I not make again? There's nothing I wouldn't do again. I'd do it again. Maybe if it was an issue before, maybe this time I can use what I learned from the last time to say no, but instead I'll say yes, and maybe I can use actually, something from that. I love learning, and I think those are opportunities to learn. They're not the most financially lucrative things to do, but if you got nothing else to do it and learn from it. So I'd do anything over again.
You have a lot of lights hanging in restaurants locally, like at Ed's?
No.
No, you do.
Oh,
You do.
No.
You have some Ed's and you have some at
Yeah,
Cleveland Heath.
yeah.
But do you have some around the country that are hanging that you can name drop what restaurants? that you
okay,
like?
so the Fairmont Tremblant in
Tell me-
Canada
Okay.
Hotel, they got a bunch of them. There's a restaurant. I'm just thinking of the ones off the top of my head. Nashville, there's it's a sushi joint. It used to be Silo, which was kind of like a farm to table place. But it burnt down, and they were able to salvage the lights. And then the guy took
cool.
them to his other restaurant. Let's see, what else is there? Starbucks. There's a few Starbucks with our stuffs. I'll tell you a story about a Starbucks light.
Yeah.
I'm in Chicago, and for some reason I knew there was a Starbucks that had one of my lights in it. I wanted to go see it. I wanted to get a picture for the website, right, or for the internet, whatever. So I go down there. I see sure enough, there it is. That's always cool too. Anyway, there was some stuff on the table. I wanted to take a clean picture. Nobody was sitting at this. It was over a table. The light was. So I see there's a pile of napkins down at the end of the table. So I go down there. I'm gonna get those napkins up and get them out of the way. It wasn't napkins. It was a pair of women's underwear sitting on the table. So I was like, damn, there goes that photo op. Now you could have AI take that out, but, who knows? What's the deal?
John,
Let me think of some other
Could you
ones.
tell us about how you made the perforated copper lights at Cleveland Heath?
Oh, Oh, those. Yeah, those are actually, I think those are painted. They're not copper. That was steel.
It looks like they're bullet holes in them.
They are.
Those are real bullet
Yes,
holes in
those
them.
are bullet holes. We used to take I bought a 12 gauge Benelli pump shotgun. We used to take the steel and we would shear it down to the blank size, right? And then we would go over to Chouteau Island and we would attach all the blank sheets of steel to a piece of plywood, a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and we'd set it up against a post or it's like a end of a road, a gate, and we would set it on this gate. And me and my guy Scott Ray, who was a terrific worker, and he did a lot of the shooting. And he would bring his gun too, but we would take shotgun shells, and they couldn't be lead. They had to be ones with steel shot, and they had a lot of powder in them to move that shot, right? So it wasn't like shooting like a duck hunting.
Right.
I don't know what you call them, bullet? I don't know. Shell. So we would set these up and we would shoot at them with the shotgun until we had them. And this is the thing, I'm like, no, that bottom row, that one in the center, top left, can you get that corner? Because there wasn't enough. I didn't think there was enough. So
You're painting with bullets.
yes. Yeah, and Scott would be shooting most of the time. We got to a point one time where we were shooting so long, I said, man, if I shoot another one of these things, I swear to God, I'm going to pass out because it was beating my arm so bad. When we got home, or the next day or something, Scott sent me a picture, man, and his old shoulder and everything was green because it had been bruised all around. And I was like, shit, I was even to the point where I was going to buy one of those, I think they call them snake charmers, like a handheld pump shotgun, like, 70s movie, and use that. I tried shooting from the hip with the shotgun. Yeah. It didn't work out. But it was a fun thing to do. Everybody was like, "Ooh, if I buy with a light, can I come shoot it myself?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, you can come shoot them all." You know what I mean? Come on down. Do you want that punishment? And the crazy thing was, after we'd shoot them, we were around some trees, and we would listen, and you could hear the shot falling through the trees. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it was cool.
Do you still do the New York show?
No, I haven't done that since 2019. 2019 we did it, and then COVID. So those 2 years
You
I
used to
did
do that every year, right?
I did.
Explain that process
Yeah.
a little bit, like the New York show. What is the New York show?
So we do a couple of them, or we used to do a couple of them. ICFF, which is International Contemporary Furniture Fair. That was the first one I did. And then we did another one called BDNY, which is Boutique Design New York. And they used to have one in Los Angeles, and we used to do that also. And then we did Dwell Magazine, had a show in LA. We did that. Architectural Digest used to have a show. But like ICFF is all your high-end contemporary furniture. Brands, Herman Miller, Bernhardt, Knoll.
So it's like a trade show.
It's a trade show.
Okay.
But there's everybody's there in like design, furniture and lighting and stuff like that. It's a fascinating thing to see. I really love doing them. I love people coming to the booth because I like fucking with people. And it's a beautiful opportunity, man. You know what I mean? All those shows they're all similar like that. But you see some cool stuff. And you meet people from other brands that you only see online. They're your competitors. You're competing with these guys. But, you wind up, meet, like, I'll give you an example. I was doing a show in New York. I had a buddy. We were there on a weekend trip with my wife and another couple. And I said, hey, man, come help me set up my show while we're there. Give us something to do. Oh, let me just tell another story about that very same trip. We stay in Soho and we go to New York City. So we're walking to the Javits. It's probably a good long walk. So we're like, let's walk it. We got nothing else to do. We're walking down the street. And this is when Uber first started. So me and my buddy were talking. I'm like, man, you'd be crazy to get in a car with somebody like that. Uber's the craziest. Uber's the craziest idea, right? I swear to God. The minute we're talking about this, a guy pulls up next to us in a Honda CR-V, and he said, all the windows are down, and he says, hey, you guys want to ride? And we're like, yeah. Meanwhile, we're telling Uber we're not going to get in the car, but then some strange guy pulls up and says, you want to ride? We're like, yeah, let's go. And we got in his car, and he drove us to the Javits and dropped us off for free.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but isn't it weird? We were talking about
Love that.
that.
I love that.
Anyway,
Nice sidebar.
yeah. I don't even know what I was talking about.
New York.
Yeah, doing the show. Let me tell you another story about that. One time we missed a flight going out there. And for some reason, Lambert was booked, man. I mean, packed. People were out on the sidewalk on the East Terminal. Anyway, we can't get a flight anywhere. The closest I can get to New York is Philadelphia. I say, okay, get us there. We'll figure it out from Philadelphia. We get to Philadelphia, and we Ubered from Philadelphia to Manhattan. It was like 2 hours.
We want to do an Uber.
$215. And the guy had a bad wheel bearing in the back right wheel. So the whole way we're going there, it's the whole way for like 2 hours. But guess what? We made it. We made it. But yeah, those shows are cool. If anybody is going to do one, if your company sends you to one, go. I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah.
You know, you network, you go have some drinks, you get drunk, you do terribly
You just
dumb
see some
shit.
awesome shit too. Like if you're a
You do.
designophile,
You do.
see
Oh
the
my-
most
oh my God.
beautiful furniture.
Everything is there.
Right.
Everything is there. And not only that, it's the newest. It's stuff you probably won't even see in the store or online. It's the newest stuff. You can see it, you can touch it, you can talk to the people that do it. And then I don't know if they do it much anymore, but when we were doing it, there was a gal, one of you guys know, that moved up there to be a magazine, working some magazines, maybe somebody. And actually Rob Grimm, she was with Rob Grimm. They were doing a show there, Rob and I forgot who worked for him at the time. It might have been, I don't think it was Brian Cummings, but somebody. It was Hector.
I don't know Hector. I know Brian.
Okay, so
Shout out
you
to
know
Brian
Rob. Shout out to
Yeah, I
him.
know Rob.
Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this guy worked for Rob. Hector was his name, and I think he designs amusement park rides. Anyway, she knew of all these parties, told us about all these parties. So we all, you know, I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, me, Rob, my guy, and Hector, and I think they had one other guy. We went to these parties. She told us where they all were, and they were all magazine parties. Like, I forgot, one magazine had a party, and they were giving out drinks in glass glasses with purple sugar on the top and hors d'oeuvres. I mean, it was like high level shit. I don't think they even do that anymore. But there was like 4 or 5 of them. Kareem Rashid was at one of them. So we got to see him. He was debuting some bench. And, you know, you're just amongst all these people. So, yeah, if you're in the design scene, those shows
That was
are where
the
it's
place to
at.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, those are where it's at. Those are good shows. Again, I like them. I love work type travel. I mean, if I had a regular job, I would be like, hell yeah, I'll go. You know, the other guys are like, I'm not going to that fucking trade show in Cincinnati. I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
If one of your light fixtures could tell us its own story, what would it say about the person who made it?
Oh, what would it say? These are things I've never thought of.
That's good.
You know what? It would say I'm worthy.
He would say, I knew
I'm
he was
good.
from Bonterre with that accent.
Yeah, I'm a good light. I'm a good light, man. Look at me. Look at me go. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And you like looking at me.
Do you have like a dream lighting project, a public art installation, maybe a restaurant, a hotel, or something that you would like to do some work
Oh,
in?
man. Are you kidding me?
That was my question.
I would.
Well, you'll
I
have
would,
to ask him the normal.
You know
Well, I
what,
It's
man?
that question, but that's all right.
I would love to be. I would love to be involved in a public space like a restaurant or a hotel. You know, I just don't have. I don't think I just. You know, you need like a. I don't have a great sense of. I don't have a great way to. Let's see. Starting from, I don't know. I'm more of a curator and collector type. So if something's on a schedule, I'm probably not your guy. But I'll work with somebody. That is. You know what? This is the God's honest truth. What I would love to do. My sister-in-law. Yeah. No, that's true. But I'll be
That's a
there
great
for you.
slogan.
I'm there for you. I'm there for you. So here's the thing. This is something I've always dreamt of. Like if I could get like a public thing, like a restaurant or a bar, I would immediately get my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, who has probably one of the best eyes for really, really high-end design. And I would work with her, but I would let her or somebody else. I would love for her to take the lead and just let me just help. Be like, final decision guy. Like we do this, we do that, and then I can say that works best, and then I can make different kind of oddball suggestions to make it feel like it's been done over time. Or it's, really curated space. Like if you go into a restaurant or a bar, maybe you're in New York City or something, you go into your place, you're like, holy mackerel, this place looks like it's been here, or, it's got so much soul to it that somebody really knew what they were doing. So that's what I would love to do that. And I wish she would do it for a profession, but she's super modest, super modest. But I'll give you an idea. All of her toilets in her house, the supply line, those are hard brass. Yeah.
Very particular, very
Yes.
detailed.
Dig that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw that and I'm like, holy moly, this made the bathroom. Brass supply line for the toilet. Who does that? Nobody.
Right.
Nobody. Come on. But yeah, so that's what I would love to do.
When you were at one of those trade shows, and with the work you put in on this, how does that feel? Do you feel? When you see it against your competitors, how do you feel?
So, I don't feel. I don't know exactly exact way to put it, but I don't feel like, hey, I'm the guy. I don't feel 100% because it's intimidating, man. Because they will spend some dough on those booths, and I'm making a booth. Like 5 days before the paint ain't even dry when it's shipping. You know what I mean? But it's funny. And I'll tell you a story about that too. I got a lot of stories. So I was doing BD&Y, a boutique design. It's a magazine for the design industry. It's a nice magazine. They had a show at Javits Center, and we made a booth. I was trying to think, how can I be as efficient as possible? Because shipping is super expensive to a trade show. It's like $1,000 up there, and at least $1,000. This was back then. So I'm thinking, how do I make this so it can ship and be the display? So what we figured out, we made some cubes that were 4 foot by 4 foot by about 18 inches deep. We stacked them all up, and then when we got there, we stood them all up, stacked them on top of each other. So we had 2 4x8 displays, and we hung the lights inside these boxes, if you will. And the bottom was closed up and had some sconces on it, whatever. And then there was So, I'm surrounded by all these cool booths and stuff, and I got this thing up there. The last day of the show, we get there. It was a little bit late. We were a few minutes late. I think we'd been out with Michael Beatty at that oldest bar in Manhattan, whatever the hell it's called.
Gotta go back.
And there was a sign in front of our booth that said, best of show for the booth. For the display.
That's awesome.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
very
that
cool.
helped.
How did you feel?
I was like, Well, here's the funny thing. They put it right on the edge of my booth and this jacked up booth next to me. And the jacked up booth was trying to pull it over to theirs because they thought they had won. And the head lady of the show came over herself because I'm like, hey, man, we need some clarification. Who won this thing? Yeah. And she went right over there and she just grabbed the sign and pulled it right over and right in front of my booth. And I was like,
that's awesome.
Damn.
Rock
and
on.
this guy across the street from me, or across the aisle from me, this old dude, he was kind of funny. He was like, how the hell did you win that with that booth? Meanwhile, this guy had one chandelier hanging in the corner of his booth. And that was it. And that's another thing I realized about my business. There was a bunch of people over there. The show is like waves, it goes in waves. There's a bunch of people, big crowd in his booth. He had one crystal chandelier, wasn't great. And I thought, hey man, how come I don't have anybody in my booth? It was dead. But I'm like, those are not my people. Those aren't my people. And that's cool. I learned that lesson. That's a hard lesson you got to learn. Oh, by the way, also we did BD&Y in Los Angeles, I think the next year, and won the best booth there too. With the same damn booth.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. Like 4 sheets of plywood, man.
What are these lights called, like you do?
Oh, that's called the monitor floor lamp.
Those are really cool.
Yeah,
They look like speakers.
Yeah.
They do. I always think they look like speakers.
And you know something, what's funny, I sold the very first one about 2 months ago. Very first one.
How long have they been out?
Oh, man, several years.
Really?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years
First
probably.
one just sold.
Yeah.
It just takes a minute, right?
Just
for them to come
be
into.
patient.
And
patient.
then you often talk about a powder coating. Can you explain that? Because I don't even know what it is. I know what it looks
but
like.
But first, that monitor floor lamp, Bob Dylan's daughter has one of those, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had to give it to her.
But
she
do
still
those
got it.
have a powder coating?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so powder coating. Okay, powder coating is a powder, and it comes in a bag. It's so fine that I think when they ship it, they classify it as a liquid because it's so fine. And what you do is, they give you a bag of powder, like it comes in pounds. You can buy as little as a pound, and as many as 50. So you buy a pound, and we have a thing called a hopper, which is a cylindrical vessel that has a membrane plate on the bottom, and the air blows up from the bottom, and you pour the powder in there, and the air blows up into that powder and liquefies it. And when you look in there, it looks like it's boiling. If you jiggle the container around, it moves like water. It really looks like powdered water in there, boiling. So the powder comes out of that hopper and into a powder coating gun mixed with air, and it blows out a powder, and it's electrically charged. And your part has a ground on it, so it's charged also. And the attraction is like static electricity. It's really cool to watch. It's very satisfying. It's like mowing the lawn. You get that instant gratification. And as you're spraying a part, it starts to just stick to the part. And all you're doing is just, moving the gun around on the part until it gets completely coated. And then you bake it in an oven for about 45 minutes.
And then paint?
No paint.
No, that's already done.
Powder is the powder.
Wow.
Powder is
Wow.
And then you bring it out and you let it cool. The crazy thing is, man, there's like 7,000 colors. There's metallics, color changing, candies. I mean, it's wild, man.
Those are some great colors.
Oh man, there's some fascinating
some different colors you can tell.
Yeah. And they can match any color you want. Anything. They can match anything. Yeah. Pantones, RALs, RGB, CMYK, they'll match anything.
So when designing a fixture, do you start with the metal, the shape, or the way the light will interact within the space?
Oh, I never think about how the light's going to interact. Never. That's the last thing. I don't care. It doesn't make... Lately, I've been starting to, and I'll get to that. But where does it start? It starts with the bulb. All my light starts with the bulb. Because if you look at my lights, a lot of the bulb is seen, is exposed. So I work around the bulb. So it always starts with the bulb. If I have an idea, no matter what it is, I'm thinking, where's the bulb going to go? How are you going to get, where we're going to get light out of this thing? Or, mostly it's where does the bulb go? And then I'll kind of get an idea where the bulb goes, and then we'll be like, all right, but what about is that the bulb we want to use? And I'll look at a couple of different light bulbs, smaller ones, larger ones, and then start going from there, start designing from there. And typically I'll just start with the metal. I'll just start making it with metal. I probably wasted a lot of money doing that, but I'll go with the metal. I'll just make it out of metal. Sometimes I'll make them out of cardboard if I'm feeling like doing that.
Prototype.
Yeah, but most of the time I'll make them out of metal if I can, and then I just let it tell me what it wants to be. I don't try to force anything. I just let it tell me what to do.
Yeah.
That's it, and the material will do that. The bulb will do that.
You have a fixture inside Ed's right now that the light has kind of taken on a life of its own.
Yes.
Right? And tell me more about how you
Yes.
feel about that.
Oh, man, it's fascinating. Here's the funny thing about this. I'm in the lighting business, and I make lights, and I'm telling you, man, I've never tested one of these in an environment before I put it for sale. Ever. Never once. Never have I ever tried to see if it would work. I just make them, and then, you know what? If it doesn't work, somebody will tell me. But the thing at Ed's, that light at Ed's, in a minute, Dave.
No, I'm
Don't
laughing.
forget your question. The light at Ed's. So Ed needed a light up there, and he didn't want to use the acrylic and the lead and the bottom. He wanted to leave the bottom. You're talking about the spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I didn't know that light would do that. I had no idea. Again, I've never hung. No, I hung one of those and turned it on, and it worked. So I figured, oh well, I'll make them some more, and they'll work just like that one did. But that one doesn't have a diffuser on it, so the light just comes out wherever it comes out, and it casts like that spaceship beam on the wall. Which I think that lady that did the UFO thing.
Well, it inspired a whole nother piece of art.
Yeah, that was brilliant on her part, and
Right.
the people getting sucked up to the spaceship. I love that thing. It's fascinating. I didn't know it would do that.
You got to go in at nighttime. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's very unexpected. I wish that maybe she could put some lights on that thing, like the little red and beam, beam, beam.
We just do it and not tell anybody.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
I like doing that sort of stuff too.
Right.
Doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
Can we talk just a minute about that soda packaging? I
Yes.
just thought it was a cool. So tell me
Yes.
how did you do it? And then I can't remember. Did
Okay.
you call me? You didn't have time to do it, and I think you said, "Hey,
Well,
finish this."
here's what the problem was. I thought, listen, I know like 6 moves in Illustrator. Right? That's about it. I know 6 moves in Illustrator. So I thought I was smart, and Ryan O'Day had the idea to make a soda brand, and he was asking me about it, and I named those. Where I came
I was
up
going to
with
say,
those.
and then you came up with the "Your Mind Goes Boom."
Yeah.
Call your
Cherry Bomb.
shot.
You know what? I came up with that. I was in line at White Castle when I came up with that. I remember the day. Yeah, and I don't know where the 8-ball orange came from. That's
And
weird.
then the root beer.
And what was the root beer called? Do you remember? Maybe it was
Something. I have the packaging.
Yeah,
'cause I still
I
have
can't
it
remember.
out behind my
But
stereo.
Here's the thing. I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And you were just, I was like, you got to give this to somebody that knows what they're doing. Because labels and boxes.
But as far as the logo, I cleaned up the 8-ball a little more than the others. The other two were pretty much as is.
Yeah, I just didn't think, I just didn't know, you know what I mean? I'm not, technically, the technical part of things, I just wasn't, I just couldn't
It was
do
really
that.
good. It was fun. It was fun working with you on it.
Oh, thanks. And I thought you were much better. I said, let Kerry do it. And I figured you would clean it up, you would straighten it out, you would make it look presentable.
Yeah.
You
I think
know.
that's what I did.
Yeah.
But really, the root beer and the black cherry were almost verbatim what you did. Just some, and then I designed the labels.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, I'm good at starting things.
Well, that's kind
But you got to finish it, John.
No, I'm going to send it to him.
Steve,
I'll
that's
give it to
kind of
him.
the art director here.
Right.
Here's my idea.
Here's
do
my idea.
this.
You do this.
That's exactly what you were on this.
Yeah. If somebody would have let me in the door years ago, I probably could have done that.
And then after that expanded, when I got in it, he wanted to change it, and we went into the monkey stuff,
Oh, yeah, Uncle Monkey.
which was fun.
Which was good. That was nice. That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw. In fact, I still have the Uncle Monkey's rug
Do
at
you?
my workshop. Yes, with the monkey on it in the center.
And you know what I put out under my Christmas tree every year is he had 2 of those stuffed monkeys made like you would get out of the crane machine.
Yes, like the
And he gave them
symbols.
to me. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I put them under
that's
my
hilarious.
Christmas tree every year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
cool.
so cute.
That's cool. Yeah, when this is totally off topic. When Wang Gang closed, my kid who worked there, my youngest who was still working there at the time, got a bunch of stuff, and he got the liquor license in a frame from Wang Gang, and I'm like, that's gonna be like a thing. I got the liquor license. It's like having the mugshot of Elvis or something. He's also got the disco ball helmet.
A lot of times with Ryan, you needed an interpreter, but what I loved most about him, he was open to anything.
Yes.
He was so creative.
Yeah, he's a
and
really
open.
smart dude.
Yes, he is.
He's a really smart dude.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Me too.
But yeah, he's a good dude. Anyway, but yeah, that was a treat, man. And I really, you were the better person to do that really than I was. I was just trying to show my ass or something and do something. You know what I mean? I thought it's funny, when you're young, you think you know everything, you think you know what you're doing. Again, six moves. That's all I got.
Same here.
So.
Cool. I want to talk a little bit about what you're excited about next.
Okay, so right now are those dog bowls.
Yeah, those are so fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't know,
Those
man.
ads are really nice too.
Oh, thanks. I don't want to tell you where those came from, but it's probably not real cool, to say that. So that I'm into right now, and along the way of doing those things, like, people are telling me, oh, you got to be on, they got to know who you are, all these founder things and all that, and I think about that, and what I really enjoy, man, is I like making things that people can put in their house that look cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's so cool to do that, and it's no. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easy, kind of. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the dog bowl, that was easy as shit.
Yeah, but they're cool. They're so simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those things when you walk through an art museum, you're like, oh, I could have done that.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you didn't do it, right?
Yes.
You didn't do it. You're not
Yes.
the first one that came up
Yes.
with. You're not the
Yeah.
one to design it. John
Yeah.
did, and it's outstanding. I mean, you're selling them. I mean, like on your website now, you can buy one. But you told me the other night, people have like 3 dogs, so
Yeah.
they're buying like
multiples of
multiples
them.
of them.
Yeah.
And you sell extra bowls with them,
Yeah.
so they're buying like extra
Yeah.
bowls.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's taking off. I think
Yeah,
it's
the
amazing.
average order value has gone up substantially. It's
Right.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's been around for a minute, but I think it's like
yeah.
it's
So
like
those-
your monitor light, right?
Yeah.
It's just coming into
Yeah.
its own because
yeah.
it's
It's
like,
a different time.
yeah. It's a
I
new time.
started those in 2013. Was when I originally put them out. 2013, and I
Dog bowls?
yeah,
Okay.
and I stopped doing them.
That long ago.
Yeah, I don't know why we stopped doing them, but somebody that bought one sent one back to me and asked if I could refinish it because it had gotten a little beat up. And she said, well, if you start doing these again, let me know. I'll buy a couple from you. So I said, man, I put it in ChatGPT. I put the picture in there and I told it the story. At this point, the ChatGPT knows me well, it knows who I am. So it says, I swear to God, it says, these were ahead of their time.
Wow.
I think ChatGPT has a really good way of
Yeah.
buttering us up. But
And
it was right in this
It
case.
tells you what you want to hear, I've learned, and I'm like, ugh.
Fuck you, GPT.
So it said, but maybe the colors should be different. And I said, all right, well, what do you suggest? And it changed the colors in the photo. So I was like, damn, those look good. Those are nice. So I said, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. So I say, all right, I need a landing page. I'm going to go through the whole story now.
Yeah, you should. Please do.
Please do.
So I said, I'm
hoping
going to
you
make
did.
a landing page. And I'm getting some prices from people on all these different, freelance websites. And I meet with Jay Beard. I try to meet with Jay Beard like once a month or so. He's an interesting dude. He's very encouraging.
Jay's got taste.
He
And
does.
he's a smart businessman.
Also, yes, and Jay is like a risk taker, a calculated risk taker.
Right.
He knows what he's talking about. So I'm having some coffee with him, and he's like, "Dude, just put it in AI. Let AI do it." And I tried. I put it in ChatGPT, and I'm like, "This is terrible." So then I say, "Let me try a different one." So I tried in Claude. Out the gate, I'm like, "Holy shit, you're kidding me!" I tell it what I want, and I give it some photos, and this makes the full-on button working, checkout, everything. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's
And
pretty much the
visually,
way it's going.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But then I learned, there were some other ones. It was a style AI was using because I seen it in some other people's
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I made that, and then they sold a few, and then I started thinking about it, and you're like, the thing is too dark, I don't like the way this looks or whatever, and then so I've redone it, and I did it again with Claude, and I say I want this like design within reach, and it's like, brrr, spitting out all the info, telling me what it wants to do, and I'm like, sounds good. And it spits out this thing, man. And I go in there and I tell it, this is wrong, that's wrong, change this, change that, move this, and add this. But man, what a time, which is where we were going with that.
Right.
What a time. What a time not only to be able to design something like that and bring it to market right, and it works, but also the fact that I can, if somebody orders one dog feeder bowl, the frame is made of steel, the bowls are porcelain, but I can have one of those frames made by an online company and ship it to me. It'll be here in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a competitively priced thing. And if I buy 10 of them, the price goes down. If I buy 100, price goes down. So it's just a fascinating time now to be doing that sort of thing. The access you have to everything. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Everything. You can't, there's nothing stopping you.
So when we're talking about your dog bowls, I've seen the fixture. So are you having this mass produced elsewhere now that you've created the den, or are you still doing this all in house?
No, yes, it's all done in house. I did 3 of them this afternoon and packed them up myself, and I used corrugated cardboard for the cushioning. I just put some sheets in there around the thing. I cut those on a fancy old school paper cutter. I cut that by hand. I cleaned them up. I sanded them. I powder coated them. I put the feet on them. I put the label on them. I packed them in the damn box. I wrote a goddamn handwritten note. If you don't like that, that thing better not come back, is all I'm saying. Don't send it back. Don't send it back, man. But no, I did all that. And then shipped like 9 or 10 of them today. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pamela Anderson, I shouldn't say this, but a very famous Baywatch celebrity owns some of them. Cool. I just learned today that some energy drink person, a very popular energy drink person, has one. I look up the people. I look up the customers.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
I'm
nice to
just
know where they
curious.
go, right?
Yeah.
it is.
Well, it's good customer service, I think.
That
You know your
also,
customer.
it's like research.
Yeah.
Like, who are these people buying these things? You know what I mean? Be like, damn, that's where they live? Wow. You know, I did that this afternoon. I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. This real modern house, big modern house. Like, wow.
Your dog balls in.
Back to your people, right? Those are the people who want your product. They're not the people buying the chandelier and that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're my people.
Well,
they're my buyers.
they're your buyers, right?
They're my buyers.
That's your audience.
Yeah, they're my audience. You know, and you know, I don't know. You know, they're expensive, but it's just because it is what it is. I mean, it's a dude in a non-air conditioned building making these things, and he goes over them. You know, if there is something on it that just doesn't look right, you know, they don't go out. I don't send it out.
Yeah. That's the
it's got to
human
be
touch.
every single time, every single one of them. They got to ship the exact same way. If you buy 2 of them and you open them up, it's packaged the exact same way, both of them, and they both look exactly the same, and they do the same thing. You know, if you're going to do anything in any kind of quantities anyway, you got to do that. But, you know, it's giving a shit. It's giving a shit.
Yeah.
You know, I can't package, you know, Apple really screwed up the packaging game. Amazon fucked up delivery, Apple fucked up packaging. Everybody gets something. You know, you buy a $10 set of headphones on Amazon, and they're coming in a box like an iPod box, or whatever them things are called. What are they called? Earpods? iPods?
Yeah.
Earbuds.
Yeah, earbuds.
Sure.
Whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's where we've gotten, man. And it's like, dude, I don't make shit that way. You know what I mean? This ain't that. You're not going to throw this away. This is going to be with you. Really, it can, just like the lights, they can be there forever. If you don't like the color or you don't like the style, send it back. I'll refinish them. I'll make them into a different color. And you can have a whole new thing. Speaking of which, we're going to do some really nice colors. I'm going to do an automotive series, I think. And I found this Goodwood Green, it's called. You know, the Goodwood Festival?
Yeah.
This Goodwood Green. It's like a green, dark, green metallic. Oof. It's really nice. I think I'm going to do one in that. And a couple other and some other ones. But I'm going to do them so I'm going to start doing the feeders in collections.
Yeah.
4 colors. The ones that are available now is like the Founders, because it's the first ones. And then we're going to do some other ones like Cabo inspired colors or Mexico inspired colors. I go to this place in Mexico every year, and I'm like, man, there are some fantastic colors here. I took a bunch of pictures. So I'm going to use some of those. And then we'll probably do one like the Memphis movement, that art scene, the Memphis scene. We'll do some of those. And then maybe like, I don't know, like Miami, do a Miami one. That might be too close to the Memphis though. But you know, some collections.
Yeah, but it's almost infinite. You can just really kind of look at the trends, or like maybe predict the trends, and like put together those
70s, some browns,
and you can throw like an odd one in there. It's like, oh, limited edition, rusty,
or maybe do one pre-destroyed, or do I got another idea. I want to do them in a solid color like a yellow, and then give it to somebody that can, you know, like a graffiti person, like which I learned Kababi.
Yes.
I told Steve, I thought it was called Sea Baby. Because it's Sea Baby, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was Sea Baby all this time. You know, and maybe put a K in there. Change the C to a K.
I think he's good. He's pretty happy with his life.
Anyway, like give him one in a solid color and let him draw them little cars and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And then do a series of 10 of those.
These are collection pieces.
Yes. So I was telling him, like, are you familiar with Acme Pen?
Yeah.
Okay, so like that. You know what I mean? You don't need 10 pins. But, you know, you got an
It's like
MC Escher
those
pen.
BMW art cars. Remember those?
Yes. Yeah, like an art car.
Liechtenstein and,
Yeah. So, you know, maybe if I, you know, get out from under the thumb of the man, I can do some of those things. But
Love it. Love it. Well, fuck, John. This was awesome.
that's it.
You want to keep going? We'll keep
Let's
going.
go, man.
You want to
We'll go
plug
till
your
dark.
websites,
My website?
your contact info?
Oh,
Yeah, tell
it's
us where you work.
johnbecksteel.com. Super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drama Bowls.
Oh, Drama Feeder.
Dramafeeder.com.
Yeah, I was
You need
hoping that
some
like
logo.
TMZ would see that domain and want to use it for a segment on their show and buy it from me.
yeah.
I mean, after watching this, they might.
They may.
They may.
You're right. Yeah, Drama Feeder. DramaFeeder.com.
Yeah. This will be on YouTube as well as
Oh, nice.
on all the
All
different podcasts.
Oh. Oh, wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you get
That's
your
right.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apple, Spotify.
Yeah.
All the feeds.
I don't know any of the other ones.
Awesome. Well, this has been fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Yeah.
wrap it up and make
John,
another
thank
drink
you.
All right.
and keep going.
We got to get our team photo.
Team
Oh,
photos.
yeah, exciting. Should I put on the shirt?
Yeah,
Yes.
why
Yeah.
not?
God,
Yeah.
man, the shirt's the only reason I came here. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to ask one. I'm like, yeah, how do I get one of those?
Right.
I should come in one that says Jim.
Go-Getter 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do a sidebar real quick. The house, your house.
Yes.
You own this house.
Yes,
It's let's don't give the address because someone may egg it.
yes.
But
Probably
you
burn it down.
You own the house.
Yeah.
And then I bought it from you.
Yep,
Then Ed Heath bought it from me.
yep,
And then
yep,
Ed Heath sold it to Jim Harper.
yep.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been a series
Wow.
of creative
Cool house.
people's house.
Yeah.
It's a great
It's a nice
house. We
house.
want it back, by the way.
I do too. And I was the third owner of that house, and I don't know how old it was, but I'll tell you, I remember I put a yard sign out there on a Thursday or a Friday, and Steve was driving around in the neighborhood. It was a morning. Shauna was wearing Chicago or something. And,
so.
and I think it was a Thursday or a Friday, one of those two. I had just put the sign out there that morning. He drove by, and he came in and took a look at the place, and was like, "My wife doesn't get back till Sunday, but we'll take it." I remember that specifically.
Pretty much eat. Yep.
And then Sunday, Shauna came back with her dad. I don't know if you were there too. Were you
Doubt
there?
it.
And you guys were going to dinner somewhere, and her dad was like, "We'll have a contract in a couple hours."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to his office right here.
Dad owned Madison County
Yeah,
title. At the
yeah.
time.
And then came back with a contract like that Sunday. I was like,
Easy money.
He'll
I
take
should
care
go
of
into
both
real
of us.
estate.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
sell
easy.
some shit.
I'm sure it
Yeah,
was
that
done.
was a great house. That was
Yeah,
a great house.
it's a fantastic house. And
Yeah.
Jim's actually keeping it up. So which is
Well,
really-
everything but the lawn. He should mow the lawn, cut them weeds.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I'm thinking about starting a thing where I walk around the neighborhood and review. On video. I'm
Oh,
gonna review
yeah. Don't
review
get me
your-
started on reviewing design choices around Edwardsville.
And I'm going for just like the overall upkeep of the home, like the lawn. You know, like this is a cute house. You know, if they just did this or whatever. Yeah, they would love me.
That might be another just great side project. That
Just
we
to-
could just have him do, and we could just walk around.
Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
of this? What do you think of this
What do
place?
you think of this place?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the title right there. What do you think of this place?
That's an HGTV show, man. What are you talking about? And then we go in and fix it. Somebody else does.
Yeah. No,
Somebody else
we got
does.
the ideas.
Yeah.
Pass that on.
Yeah, that's funny, man. What do you think of this place?
Awesome.
That's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good one. I got a couple other ideas too that I've been kicking around.
We'll save that
like
for
to-
podcast 2.
Yes, 11.
11.
They're back next week.
We're going to have you back next year if you want to show.
Yeah,
Kick it around.
I would love to. I would love to. Give me about 8 or 9 months heads up,
Yeah.
or give me a year. Give me like 2 years notice.
You tell us when you're ready. And
I'll
we'll
be ready
to
anytime.
show.
How many pieces do you think you need? Like 10?
Depends on how
No,
big they are.
it's
20?
probably
The bigger,
depend on the
the bigger
size.
they are, the less we need.
Okay, so I could probably get away with 4.
There you go.
I'm done.
Let's put those
I'm
4
ready.
by 8
I'm
4 by
ready.
8 table.
Yeah,
panels
I'm
in
ready.
it.
Okay, we'll do the mirror thing I was telling you about.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah,
That's
I do
a
too.
sweet.
Ooh, there's one right there. I'm taking that with me.
All right, rock on, guys.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Thanks, dude.
Awesome. Thanks,
Let's wrap
John.
it.
Love it.
Let's get going.
All right.